Barstool Sports. Titus, Brandon Walker, mostly.
Ebo, put your pants on. There we go, boys.
Belt?
There we go.
Yeah. Back.
And
Saddle, baby.
we are back. After a company-mandated week off that we don't even take advantage of. I just sit at home and I wait for my friends to get back. I don't believe in it.
Well, we did a show on Monday without you.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Me, T-Bob, Cody.
Oh, yeah.
TJ.
You didn't know about it.
Yeah.
T-Bob.
It was a great show.
We're brought to you by, we're mostly sports. Brought to you by Jägermeister. Speaking of, I was on the Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
Jägermeister flowing down there.
Wait, I thought you just said you didn't go.
Well, I was lying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I left the second I could.
Okay.
Got back.
Got back to God's country.
Yeah. Went down.
Biloxi?
No, I wasn't in Biloxi. I was in Destin, Orange Beach, Gulf Shores, around that area the whole week. Mostly Gulf Shores.
Wait, but it's so hot down there.
Very hot.
And as we know,
Yeah.
how are you supposed to drink Jaeger?
Well, T-Pop, it's funny you say that because you don't drink it very hot.
Yeah, no.
You don't drink it even kind of hot. You drink it ice cold. Connor?
Damn, that's cold.
Thank you very much.
How refreshing, especially when you're on the beach.
Ice cold.
Damn, that's cold.
Ebo, you want to add something?
Super duper mega cold.
Okay,
You ever
well,
thought about
that's
that?
all right. That's doing
Freestyle.
that's doing tricks on it.
We just need to get the Arnold Schwarzenegger Batman video. You know, the super cut of just all the Mr. Freeze cold puns.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect advertising there.
Do one.
What killed the dinosaurs? It was the Ice Age.
So wherever you're at, if you're hanging with friends or at the bar, or maybe you're doing all the sports stuff or just the mostly sports stuff, call the shots. Cheers with ice cold Jägermeister. Remember to check Jägermeister out at Jägermeister.com. Drink responsibly. Jägermeister liqueur, 35% alcohol by volume. Imported by Mass Jägermeister U.S., White Plains, New York.
I was at 2 bars over this mandated break that had the ice cold taps.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
in
wow.
Chicago.
Okay.
Sluggers in Wrigleyville and Cody. So if you need ice cold shots of Jägermeister.
Cody has a bar?
Yes.
Cody.
It's like underneath someone's house.
With a K?
Cody?
Cody.
It's a public house.
It's his public house, yeah.
Yeah.
Cody the influencer from Instagram.
So if you're in
Is
Chicago.
Cody an influencer now?
Yeah, he is.
This can't be what we start on.
We're not starting.
No,
I mean, what we're going to start off with is equally as bad. But no, we're not starting with that. We're starting with how I spent my summer vacation. Why are you wearing a luchador shirt, Connor?
Because I was in Mexico City and I went to a Lucha Libre event.
What?
How was it?
It was fantastic. It was
That was
awesome.
amazing.
Everything I dreamed it would be. It was a madhouse in there. They go crazy for that shit.
Did they just hound you with questions about Mexican Star Wars?
No.
Oh.
But I did get some Mexican Star Wars apparel.
What?
I went there and I got pretty much only
You
exclusive.
got a regular Star Wars shirt. You just bought it in Mexico.
No. It's a Mexican Star Wars shirt. This thing I do have though is fully just Star Wars, but I did get it in Mexico. It's a reflective poster.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
You know what? They don't make enough of these anymore.
No, they really don't. We kind of moved on from that technology.
It has
That's
every.
all 3 original.
This is like
trilogies.
one of the
All 3
coolest things
original
we've ever made.
Now I will say I stared at this way too long yesterday, and my eyes hurt. So I have to be limited about how long I look at it because I love that thing so much. One of the best purchases. It was only, I don't know, maybe like 120 pesos.
I knew he was going to say it in pesos. I fucking knew he was going to say it in pesos.
I want to say the artist that used to paint all those posters just passed recently. All those old hand painted movie posters. You know, speaking of staring at things like that though, and that have kind of, gone away. Brandon, do you remember those kind of dot pictures that you used to stare at, and then, like a picture would emerge from them?
Magic eye posters.
Yes.
Yeah.
I watched Mallrats again on Father's Day, and poor Louis Lastic, the entire movie is staring at it, and no one he can't see the pirate ship, and everyone else can. But yeah, you never see those.
I really respect the fact that you referenced a guy by calling him his character name in another movie.
I do not,
and
know
I knew
his
exactly
real
who.
name.
Can I throw his real name at you?
Yeah.
Ethan Suplee.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, I recognize that.
Ethan Suplee.
To me, he will always be Louis Lastic, though.
Well, he was also in My Name is Earl.
No, I know. And, good,
but he's Louis Lastic.
But it's just, sometimes Sometimes something just gets locked in, and it just stays that way.
Wait, I have
He's
thoughts.
ripped now.
He's jacked now, bro.
Yeah, I have thoughts about Remember the Titans that we could have one day.
I was shocked flying back from Shreveport yesterday.
Shreveport?
Shreveport.
You had a week off of work and you went to
I
Shreveport?
went to Manny, Louisiana. I went to Toledo Bend, Bo. It's damn near West Texas,
What are you saying?
right by Hemp Hill.
What? What are these words coming out of your mouth?
What was it? Belita Ben?
I'm Toledo Bend. I'm a bit surprised that you maybe never heard of Toledo Bend. It's the top bass fishing lake in the entire country.
Based on what?
Based on like
the bass?
bass fishermen.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What was it? No, but I was shocked. I was on the plane, and the guy next to me, his movie choice, Remember the Titans.
Yeah,
I love Remember the Titans, but like
it's a good plane movie.
I'm just surprised that I don't know what the motivation. Maybe he's just getting hyped for football season. I mean, it is that time.
I don't like watching new movies on a plane. I like watching comfort movies.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I like watching Creed's a big plane movie for me. I like watching movies I've seen a lot that I can dip in and out of, that I can fall asleep, come back. So Remember the Titans to me, very good plane movie. Feels good.
I go new movies that are maybe not visual spectacles.
Sure.
Right? Like I don't want to watch like a Dune on a plane. I need a little more a bigger TV theater, whatever. I ended up watching Conclave.
Yeah.
About choosing new pope. Very good movie. Very fun. Just a bunch of great actors and fucking luxurious costumes, just with wonderful accents talking to one another. And then Becoming Led Zeppelin. Oh, no. You know what was fucking shockingly good was Better Man.
Better Man.
Yeah.
Monkey movie?
Yes, that monkey movie about a guy that I had never heard of, Robbie Williams, who apparently was a massive UK pop star. Oasis makes a little cameo in it as well. I know that's at the tip of everybody's mind, but no, Better Man, and I know it reviewed well, and it just absolutely bombed commercially, but man, it's like a solid 8.5, 9 out of 10 level movie.
Why are you dressed like it's November 10th?
Because I have a very limited closet right now. Mm-hmm. My hope is that in my time here at Barstool, like, first off, I love shirts like that.
Sure.
Like what you have on. That's also kind of my style.
I look good.
That's unfortunate because I don't know if you can have two gaudy button-up shirt guys on the show at the same time. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of all my closet. So I'm gonna have to find a new angle here. But this is a comfort shirt right here.
Sure.
I don't know what to wear. I throw on my Shire sweatshirt. I feel great. I feel confident, and we move into our day.
TJ, you were in Italy?
Ciao.
Ciao bella.
Oh boy.
Ciao.
So, is that about it for Italy?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, cool.
First time.
Pretty fucking cool. They filmed Star Wars there, Connor.
Yes, he was there. Lake
Why are
Como.
we doing Star Wars so much?
Naboo.
Wait, Phantom Menace? Is that where? Is that where?
Attack of the Clones. The I don't like sand scene. TJ was there. He sent me a video.
Oh man,
Made my day.
maybe the most infamous scene in
Of course.
Star
It's
Wars
everywhere.
history. Exactly. Hey, look at you.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
They filmed a lot of
Brandon, two things about Brandon is he's not going to tell you. Sneaky big Star Wars guy and sneaky big baseball guy.
Oh, what?
I could see the baseball.
He's like, oh, I love college football. Football's the best. America's pastime. Like the real America. You know, he loves baseball.
Yeah.
I think baseball is his number one sport.
Well, baseball is America's pastime, but football is America's present. That is how I've always framed it.
You realize that pastime doesn't refer to the past.
What do you? It doesn't.
No, pastime is an activity. It's not saying it's America's past that happened in time. That's not what it's saying.
But it is.
It's saying America's pastime. It's what America wants to do.
Because it's rooted in history, because they've been doing it for so long in the past. So it's something that's always been done, and so they want to continue doing it, but it's still rooted in it's rooted in the past.
Ebo, it seems like all of us went to exotic locales: Mexico City, Italy, the Gulf Coast, Freeport. Where did you go?
I spent my days in a lovely, lovely beach town. Maybe some of the sandiest, whitest beaches in all the land. The bluest water these eyes have ever seen. I went to Chicago, Illinois.
Wait, I saw your Twitter. I thought you were in L.A.
I live in L.A.
Oh, okay.
The waves were crashing this morning.
Ebo's, and it's a good bit.
It's a really good
It's
bit.
a really
It's a
good bit where he's just trying to rage bait
I know.
people.
I saw him. What was it tweeting out like the concrete the other day?
It's all about
Yeah.
beach.
I was sitting in like section 700 at Wrigley, and I took a picture, and I was like, the only city in America you can go to a baseball game at.
It's you and then like Malasek, but he's not rage baiting. He's just serious when he tweets stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. You're telling me he's not rage baiting when he says, "Oh, the cool thing about this city is there's no fat people."
This tweet was
Been in Prague for the last 5 hours or so. One thing that's really stuck out to me is the lack of obese people here. Everyone walking around is in decent or great shape. Wild difference.
that's a good tweet. Whether he's rage baiting or not, that's funny.
Yeah, I mean, probably true though.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know enough about Europe, and then I know the perfect amount. I don't know enough about Europe. Okay, so I know enough, but then I don't know anything.
yeah,
So I trust that he's right.
yeah. Oh, I mean, he is playing for the Czech national team.
Yeah.
He's an international athlete. He
And I don't know that we've ever actually checked up on that. We kind of just take his word for it.
so nobody actually knows.
I think we kind of just take his word for it that when he leaves on these trips, he is playing for the Czech national team. I don't know that we've ever had somebody stay up and watch a Czech national lacrosse game to see if he's in there.
He's playing on Wednesday. I texted him this morning to get the first game. Wednesday at noon. I do not know if that is noon in Azerbaijan
All right.
or if it is noon in
In Azerbaijan?
Poland or noon in Chicago. I do not
you
know.
know?
You
his
just know it's
role?
noon somewhere.
Noon somewhere.
Bench guy? Is he going to play?
He's the starting goalie.
He's a starting goalie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I mean, that should be pretty easy to fact check then.
And he's trying to qualify for which Olympics again? Is it 20,
America.
2026?
Yeah, LA
2028.
2028.
2026 would be the World Cup.
That's right.
2026 is the Olympics in Madrid. No, Milan.
Oh, yeah.
And Cortino.
The Italian Olympics, the Winter Olympics.
Yeah. Yes.
Wait, speaking of
Speaking of
things
what?
you know
Yeah.
and don't know, looks like you knew a lot to me last Thursday,
Hey,
dude.
okay. All right. Okay.
Let's fucking go.
So,
Congrats.
one of the
Like fucking
Ebo called it. Ebo spoke it
That was
into
so
existence.
long
I mean,
ago.
Piece of the week.
I called my shot and it
Big
hit.
time.
So shout out to me. I knew.
What?
I probably knew more than Brandon.
Yeah, it's true.
One of the cruelest things Barstool ever did was schedule that the night before we left for a 10-day break. I've had to sit on that for 10 days. By the way, that was penis day for the Yak. Me.
Yep.
Big day for the family.
Yeah.
I happened to win a trivia contest.
Yeah.
Mark Titus had a baby.
Yep. Oh, yeah. So that we can.
I think
that's out.
Connor had a terrific calzone at a restaurant here in Chicago.
No, I was in Massachusetts.
There's your baby. There's your gender reveal right there.
Okay, so I've been wondering about this. I'm not going to spoil it, or anybody in here is going to spoil it, but we know the sex of the baby.
And I don't agree with the gift.
And if I didn't know the sex of the baby, this would tell me nothing.
Yeah. I
What-
agree.
It's a chicken jockey.
Right, it's a chicken jockey.
Brandon, what do you not understand, Brandon?
What is suggesting anything sexual here?
The chicken.
And it's a jockey.
Well, I don't know that he wanted to go sexual. You
Not
mean
sexual.
Gender. You mean
Gender, yeah, gender. Excuse me. Why didn't Mark do a sexual tweet?
Bang that baby. No, I mean, if anything, that just makes me hungry. Makes me want a little fucking sausage, fried chicken biscuit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Throw this whole thing on a bun.
God, speaking of which, I got so fucking fat. I got a terrible ear infection. The doctor told me I had a childlike ear infection and that he's never seen an adult just ignore it and let it get that bad. And
Ear infections are something that most of us left in childhood.
yeah, I know.
Ear
I don't-
infections and nosebleeds.
But
Most of us
again,
left
I
that
told
behind.
you, the lake, 90-degree waters. Apparently, bacteria flourishes at that point. But I guess the point is I had to step on the scale, and it wasn't good.
No.
It wasn't good.
Is that why you were here at 7:30 working out this
Yeah,
morning?
that's why I was here at Smoke 7:30 trying to get. We got to lock back in for the summer. We got to get ready to go come football season.
I pulled into the driveway this morning. I got here a little late. First day back from vacation. I left my house at 6. Got here about 7:15, and T-Bob's just sitting at the table out there putting his workout shoes on, just praying for somebody to open the door for him.
I still haven't set up my.
The key card?
No, I haven't set up my key card, so I knew somebody was going to be by.
So yeah, I won the dozen.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Congratulations to me. I'll expand more on that of the yak. I think we've got about 45 minutes put aside on the yak for that. And that's about it.
The most wonderfully autistic moment I've ever seen in my life was that Nurse Jackie moment.
Yeah, that
Yes,
was.
I had to ask about that.
So
I think
Probably a team-
not
maybe
Brandon.
Pull that up in case somebody.
So can I say something about that?
Brandon, that's genuinely like one of the. That's like fucking the guy calling his dad, be like, "I'm about to be a millionaire."
It
type
was
shit.
so
That was
ballsy.
insane.
It
So-
was insane.
You had a double dip.
Can I say something about that?
What was this one? Yeah.
You had your New Amsterdam double sip, dude.
Yes. Play it. Hold on, before you say something, play it so that people can. I want people to see it in case you missed it.
Every time you miss it, they win the championship.
If he misses, they lose.
Community Nurse Jackie, the lead. Community Nurse Jackie, the lead.
Unreal shows.
What year they came
compared
out?
to Those ones.
2009.
No fucking way.
Are you even like aware of your surroundings?
No.
Like you have to be blacked out. Like
He's Will Ferrell in Old School right there.
your hair's in your mouth, dude.
So-
He blacked out.
So what happened was two things happened. Whatever question they had, it was 2011 was their answer, and I was able to in my mind put 2 years between those two things, and I knew it wasn't 2013. So anyway, I felt like I had it. I thought we'd already used the double sip. We'd used it in the previous game.
No,
but it
that's
was
what I'm
all
saying. You were so locked
I was
that
so-
you weren't thinking strategy. You were
No.
tunneled.
No, I thought. Well, I don't have my double sip. Just go. I was saying in my head I got an answer. Just fucking go. Because a lot of times if you have an answer and then you talk yourself out of it, that's where you get in trouble.
You know what that is? That's what they taught us.
What are you doing?
I can't get comfortable. That's like what they taught us with the standardized testing back in the day.
First-
and like SAT prep.
Gut answer.
If you don't know, go with your gut.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, because we had been in that moment before where if we miss it, we lose the championship, and we had talked ourselves out of. I remember it was Indonesia or something a few years
Oh
ago.
wow!
Thailand.
So I didn't understand that context. You
Nobody
literally-
does. Yeah.
you've
So
been in that moment before.
we had been in that moment before. We talked Indonesia, Thailand. We went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I did not want to go back and forth. I wanted to pick an answer and just fucking go. And I forgot. I thought we'd already used our double sip, so I just said, "You can see my mind." I'm just like, "Fuck it, go." And I went and we got it. And it,
I also
and I got hot
on my
after.
back. Get on my back.
Yeah, well, I had to do it. Yes,
I can't believe he missed Gary Matthews Jr. I'm sorry. I love Clemmer.
it's one of
I
the
can't-
worst misses I've ever seen. Yeah,
There were only 4 AL West teams at the time. If you use your double sip, you have a 50-50 guess. And if you're a baseball guy, you have
but if you
100%.
think Gary Matthews Jr., you see one image in your mind, and it's him climbing the wall in Texas.
Yes.
Like that's a very, very that stadium was a very vivid, it was a very unique looking center field.
Yes.
And if you think Gary Matthews Jr., you think of that catch, and it could have happened nowhere else.
I couldn't tell you how many hits he has. What his career
I didn't know he
batting
played for the
average
Angels.
was.
I don't remember him playing for the Angels. Anyway, Connor, thoughts?
I was just gonna say, overall, best night of trivia I've ever seen.
The middle
Hell of an
match.
event.
The middle match was the best match in the history of the show. Kirk.
But also,
Where
you guys
everybody- is that
versus
where
Zeke.
everybody was perfect.
Oh no, that was our match.
No, I know. Yeah, I thought that's what you were talking
No,
about.
I was talking about the one with the
Minahan.
Minahan against the Ponies. Ponies were down 4 and made a comeback, and
Yeah.
it was pretty electric night. It was a great night.
What are your thoughts on the bonus round swinging that much, and like in a game like that where nobody misses, like you and ZD, basically it all just came down to who got the bonus round.
Well, okay. Well, it's called the bonus round in name only. It's a round. Just like everything else is a question. It's a spot in the show that counts. So
Yeah.
we ended up winning it, and yeah, it kind of sucked that they didn't miss a
everybody's-
question.
Yeah, but if everybody's going to be perfect, you have to have something.
But
like
this happened last year to us. I don't think we missed a question when they beat us in the same spot. So, whatever.
that.
Anyway,
Fuck yeah, bro.
we got.
Congrats.
Thank you very
It was
much.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Get a minute, Brad.
Intimidatingly impressive.
Best season ever.
So you going to go out on top?
Some would say I probably should have won the tournament MVP. Some would say that.
Shout out Fran, by
Wait,
the way.
you didn't get MVP.
Congratulations to Finals MVP Fran.
No, they gave it to Fran.
The MVP
This is
of the Dozen Trivia Tournament 5 via vote
He's already laughing.
Vote. Okay.
is Fran Mariano.
Great push, man.
In defense of myself, can I go back?
I think you Drew skied, by the way.
Fran also thought it was going to be me.
Yeah.
I wasn't the
Everybody
only
thought
one
it-
there.
Of course, everybody thought it was going to be you. What do you mean? You let.
Yeah, but I'm just
every
saying.
time.
So I'm not the only. I did Drewski there.
Look,
but
you play the heel. You live by the heel. You die by the heel. And so here it comes down to a popular vote, and everybody just wants to fuck with you and not give you MVP.
yeah. So, all right. There we go. We got everybody's anything else? Anybody do anything special on summer vacation? Cody do anything?
Yeah.
Cody was posting.
What was Cody doing?
He's doing daily vlogs like he's Ashton Hall.
He's doing day in the life of Cody.
And this is what he's doing?
It's amazing when you don't have kids, you know? Just
What?
the head spin while mouthwashing was top tier. Oh, you know what else we did?
Yeah, he gets suited up.
Damn, does Cody really do this much recovery work?
What's he doing?
Oh man, the man is way too skinny.
I just never liked him.
No, we did our mostly sports history class,
Yeah, I saw that.
and that was great. And I actually completely forgot the point that I was making, so let's move on. It'll come back to me.
You were talking about the history class that we did. The
Yeah,
mostly
no,
sports-
but I had something specifically that I wanted to bring up from
Cody?
it. And now I just no. Oh no, you
Oh.
Connor's college football predictions.
Oh, yeah, the Scoof Master.
You actually made quite a banger intro for the 2011 LSU Alabama National Championship, and it was shockingly good
Thank you.
in how well it was written.
I appreciate that.
You
Spent a lot of time on
from
that.
a young age. That was that pleased me. It was very well done.
Thank you.
That was 11-year-old Scoof.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you all want to check that
Before
out,
puberty.
go watch the history lesson video. It's very fun.
Also, the Cookout did great numbers, so shout out to everybody.
Hell yeah,
watching
shout out the cookout.
Yeah, Mincy, I think, was unfortunately a megastar during the cookout.
Fuck
Well,
you.
you break the hot dogs out. You break the fast eating out. Mitzi is a star.
It's crazy. I'm still so pissed that he got me in that, and he smoked me. I mean, when I watched the replay, I really didn't stand a chance. The only reason I won the first round is because he opened his mouth with like half the
so
hot
much
dog
hot
was
dog.
still in there.
All right. Well, we have to talk with the biggest story in sports. We have to start with that, as of course, last night during the seventh inning stretch, Alex Cooper doing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" at Wrigley Field. She is roundly booed for her efforts. Have you guys watched it?
Yes.
Yes.
So, I don't think they were. Listen. I don't know her. She was my time and her time here don't really overlap that much. But very successful young lady and has the life that most of us would like to have. A lot of money in the bank. They weren't booing her. They were booing her what she did to the seventh inning stretch.
Correct.
They were booing the fact that, okay, you get a chance to do this and you just shit on us like
You
this.
don't have to sing it well, but you have to sing it sincerely.
You have to try.
And she did a bit.
She did a
She was
bit.
trying to do a bit, and it failed mightily.
Yeah, it was a bad effort. It wasn't her best effort.
Also, she didn't fully commit to the bit. I mean, we can play it, but like the giggling during, she got self-conscious about it, like kind of, and it just came off as mocking.
Well, I also think that like one of the things about Wrigley is you're singing in that open window.
Yeah.
They want you leaning out over the crowd, talking to the crowd. They want you interacting, and she just turns to the camera and doesn't pay attention to the crowd at all.
And then they had the kind of like the TikTok dancers behind, and
Yeah.
it wasn't even well.
Is that who that was?
choreographed. No, I don't know who they are, but they were doing a TikTok-esque thing. I mean, play the video. Let the people decide.
So they don't boo at first. Maybe a couple.
No, the crowd would have been on her side.
Look how full Wrigley is.
Immediately, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Immediately after the 1, the 2, or 3.
They're not booing fully yet.
See, now she's starting to laugh.
Now they're booing. Yeah. Now they're a misfire by Alex.
Yeah.
That was not.
I mean, because that's also like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I do feel like that's one of the friendlier crowds that you're going to have. Not in
The
terms
friendly
of like,
confines.
Yes. Like they want to support you. Everybody's having a great time at the ballpark, etc. You just go sing it sincerely, have fun, and she would have, yeah.
And part of the allure of going to Wrigley is that seventh inning stretch and doing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Sometimes they'll play Harry's version. Sometimes they'll have a celebrity in there.
It's a bit of a sacred tradition.
It really is.
Paulie D was there this week too, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, he sang the one at the game I did or I went to, and I was like, "What this polar bear doing here? What this polar bear doing in Austin, Texas?"
Did Pauly D do well?
Yeah, he's not.
do it.
Well, Stephen Che said it's the worst voice he's ever heard or something like
Can
that.
I get a
He's a professional musician, though. Timeout.
quick timeout?
30
Quick time.
seconds.
30. Yeah, you're
30
right. 30
seconds.
seconds. I'm just going to use my context clues.
Yeah.
Pauly D, Jersey Shore.
Wow, I'm shocked you don't know. Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
I saw him. I just saw him.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. Pauly Shore.
Pauly Shore's a different person.
No, sorry. Pauly D. You remember The Situation?
Yeah.
Snooki,
Uh-huh.
JWoww,
Right.
Sam.
You're just describing
Ronnie,
the show that I've already
Angela.
said. Yeah.
We used to get together every weekend in college or every week and get really drunk watching Jersey Shore. You should actually, anybody, that's what Summer House is, right?
Sure.
It's the spiritual successor
Barstool
to the
Shore.
Jersey Shore. Yes, Barstool Shore.
Yeah, y'all would get together in college and watch that, huh?
Yeah.
See, I would get together and get pussy in college.
That's
what
the
I would do.
least true thing I've ever heard. That was
I
another
would-
thing we did in the history class was look at old pictures of you, and you looked like a fucking emaciated caveman. Just protruding forehead, all sharp angles, goofy mushroom haircut, and just rail thin. I will say this though.
I'm Alonzo Mourning right now. You're
I
right.
looked stupid as fuck too in college. I don't know why we didn't understand that you could like do your hair. You could maybe have style. I don't know.
I don't. Do they just not? Why? Why now?
That's what we're talking about.
Barely. we're barely scratching the surface here.
That senior picture is wild. Why the mushroom head? Why the mushroom head?
In baseball, so we have the all-star starters, right?
Yeah.
Do we have the full team?
We have the full team.
We have the full teams. We've got some snubs, and then we also have Clayton Kershaw getting the Legends exemption, where the commissioner is like, "Hey, Clayton Kershaw's got to be in this." Now, couple things. Why does Clayton Kershaw get it? Is that where we're at? That he's getting this Legends exemption? Or is he just was going to make it, and they said, "Oh, you get the Legend spot"?
No, he was not going to make
gonna
it.
make
He's
it.
4-0, right? Like he's not.
He's been fine, but
Okay.
he's not like. And they've used this in the past, but for like guys they know who are retiring, like Miguel Cabrera was a guy that got this that should not have been on the team for his.
Pujols
accolades.
get it.
I believe Pujols got it too.
So is Clayton Kershaw retired?
Why does Clayton Kershaw get it and maybe a Justin Verlander or a Max Scherzer doesn't get it? I feel like those are the big three of the guys at the end of their career.
I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to
And
it.
Kershaw's not. Is Kershaw at the very end? Kershaw's got a couple years left, doesn't he?
I think he could still go for another couple of years. I mean,
Is
that
it 'cause-
curveball. I think the curveball plays forever.
Is it because he got the 3,000
Yeah,
strikeout?
He
Yeah,
just got
potentially.
3 KK's club.
Man, that
KKK
really
club.
that
The KK club. Sorry, 3 KK club is what I'm trying to say.
How do you get the legends? Do you have to be good, or is it just to be a legend? Because
I think it'd just be a legend.
well, how would you be a legend without being good?
Yeah, I think it's part and
Justin
parcel.
The guy that like shotguns a bunch of beers in a row is like a legend.
but he's not good.
Yeah,
But he doesn't play baseball.
But he's good
Yeah,
at
but he's a
shotgunning.
legend.
He's a
Nobody's
cha-
good at shotgunning.
Yeah,
Chaotic.
Like holy fuck, that guy's a legend.
So
Like,
whatever you're
I
a
can never
legend
drink.
for, you're good at that
I
thing.
guess that's true.
Chaotic
Yeah.
evil.
yeah, but you're not going to give a legend exemption to somebody who doesn't play baseball for the baseball All-Star game. You're not going to give the legends exemption to be on the American League All-Star team to Joey Chestnut, who is a legend.
He should no. He
He's
should
an
get the
American
commission
legend.
exemption.
I was a bit surprised though. I did a little reading up on the 3K club. And
What, stop calling it that.
What? It's the 3K K club.
Fine.
That's what
All
it
right.
is. But they, because like I feel like 3,000 hits, they get all the love.
Yeah.
33 players have 3,000. Only 20 pitchers in that 3,000 strikeout club.
It's
not
one
gonna
of
be
those
many more.
numbers. It's one of those numbers that Nolan Ryan fucked it up for everybody.
Yeah, I mean he's got
'Cause
5,700.
when I was 13, 12, somewhere I think around 90, 91, I believe he did 5,000 strikeouts in 90. So in 1990, I'm 11 years old. He gets his 5,000 strikeout. Well, I don't think anything of that. I think, okay, well, every pitcher at the end of his career is going to get towards this. But we're at the end of 300 win pitchers, right? We're at the end of 3,000 strikeout pitchers. Which to me, all right, Ebo, help me.
We could get one more.
Help me with this. We're in a world where strikeouts are at an all-time high, but they just don't pitch enough to accumulate them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see a lot of guys that get 200 innings these days.
Too many arms. I mean, fucking Skeens. I mean, we can get into Skeens and the Pirates continue to fuck him over, but it was 5
Sales
innings,
got a chance.
78 pitches the other day.
Sale keeps getting
Take
hurt,
him out,
right?
10 Ks, no runs.
So that kind of illustrates my question here. Clayton Kershaw gets the Legends exemption for this All-Star game. Why not Scherzer and why not Verlander?
I know they're both older.
Because I guess because he just hit the 3K.
They had already done it.
I know, but
Yeah.
so his is time relevant, and this is pretty interesting. He's thrown the fewest innings of any 3K member, so I think quickest 2. He has the highest winning percentage of the 20 pitchers. And what is ERA plus?
It is your ERA adjusted to league average, controlled for like ballpark factors and
So he
other
actually
things.
barely edges out Pedro Martinez for the highest winning percentage.
I
and
hate the
ERA
way you
plus.
said that name.
Pedro?
No, you said Pedro.
You want me to say Pedro?
No, I don't want you to say Pedro like that.
Well,
No,
Pedro?
there is an argument Clayton Kershaw at his peak
Martinez?
is the best pitcher ever, just in terms of like ERA plus, like his ability, the gap he had on the field. He was close. Like the one season got cut short. He was going to have like a 1.29 ERA and strike out like 350 guys.
So there's only 3 left-handers on that list. I saw that of the 23,000 strikeout pitchers. There's 3 left-handers. I think they're Randy Johnson, Walter Johnson, and Kershaw, or maybe Carlton.
Walter Johnson is interesting. That's the old school guy.
That's the big
right?
train, yeah.
So I didn't know anything
He
about him.
might not be on this list, by the way.
He's on this list. Here's the craziest stat about Walter
He
Johnson.
might not be left-handed.
He passed 3,000 in 1923. It wasn't until 1959 that somebody else hit that 3K mark. So like I know
Warren
we're going to talk
Spahn.
about.
Who was the next guy? Warren Spahn?
No, Bob Gibson.
Bob
In
Gibson.
74. 51 years later. Sorry, no, I was wrong. 74. Excuse me.
Yeah,
I
you
got that
fucked
wrong.
that all up.
No, I fucked that up. So he passed 23. 51 years later, Bob Gibson does it in 74. Every 20 pitch, all the 20 pitchers on this list were 59 or later. So like, I guess what I'm getting at is the big train was truly a man out of time.
Yeah.
Like if you're talking about Joey Chestnut, how nobody in his era is close to him, or Paul Morphy, the chess player from New Orleans, nobody in his era was close to him. Like that's the big train. As
Well,
well.
you really shoehorned in that New Orleans chess player.
I mean, what can I say, dude?
You really jammed him in there.
He was the best of all time. You should know that.
Is Zach Greinke retired?
Zach Greinke, I think, exists in a permanent state of retirement. I feel like he retired 10 years ago and still pitches somehow.
Wow, look how
21
close he was.
strikeouts close. Why wouldn't he not just play another
But
year?
isn't he also the ultimate guy that you would
Not care?
expect to not give a shit about 3,000 Ks?
But like, doesn't
Yeah.
that kind of like lock you up unless you're Kurt Schilling for the Hall of Fame? Like, why wouldn't you?
I think he'll be fine.
Greinke's locked anyway, probably, right?
I got a player that I saw this morning. Is Salvador Perez a Hall of Famer?
I don't know.
They really, the Royals fans really
He has
think so.
283 home runs, which is 8th all-time for catchers. But, of course, home runs and batting stats aren't the be-all, end-all for catchers.
Catcher's such a weird one, dude. Like, is Yadier Molina going to be a Hall of Fame catcher?
I don't think he should be.
His
but
offensive accolades.
Cardinals fans will slash your tires if you say that he's not going to be.
When I think Hall of Fame catchers from the last 25 years, it's like basically
Pudge.
Jorge Posada, like
I think
Pudge.
I think the key to being a Hall of
Posey
Fame
and
catcher
Bauer.
is being pretty good at fielding, pretty good at hitting. Like really, really good at fielding, really good at hitting.
You got to
Guys
be better
like-
at hitting, though, right?
Guys like Yachty, who were her defensive, absolute beast defensively, and then was a decent hitter, but not a great hitter.
Like if they're going to put Yadier Molina Hall of Fame, Andrew Jones automatically gets into them.
Oh, there's like 12
Because-
guys. Don Madeling's got to go in. Like a bunch of
Andrew
people got to
Jones-
go
Yeah,
in.
Keith Hernandez.
Andrew Jones should go in
Regardless,
anyway.
Yeah.
Jorge's not in the.
If we're going to change, and I think that's kind of what's happening in baseball, is like we're actually starting to put more of an emphasis on defense. Like, great example, MLB All-Star Game, Julio Rodriguez got in with just some abysmal stats, but he plays an unbelievable center field, maybe the best defensive center fielder in the American League outside of Denzel Clark, who is the greatest center fielder in the history of baseball. And he got in.
Just Denzel Clark misplayed the ball on Jake Mangum's inside the park.
Well, he tried to rob a home run.
He also
did.
hit
And then he,
another
like,
one,
fucking-
5 billion feet.
Yeah, the next inning, Jake Mangum, by the way, and I know he's your guy, Brandon. Can I say something?
Please.
As an Orioles fan, I fucking hate that guy. He's a fucking pest. He just slaps the ball to second base, somehow beats out grounders
Did
at
in
second
college,
baseman.
too.
Just like he's everywhere on the field. He's
A fucking dog.
I fucking hate his
He's a
guts.
fucking
I
dog.
fucking hate his guts.
What are your thoughts on Brandon's guy, Brent Rooker, making it as DH?
I feel like that's fair. I saw some people had some complaints about Brent Rooker maybe getting in, but
He had 38 home runs last year. He had a phenomenal season last year. He's doing pretty good this year.
He's got a young core. They're good.
Do we have home run derby lineups yet? Did they
Acuna's
Cal Raleigh's in it.
Cal Raleigh.
Alonso's. Who announced they're not doing it? From that, so this is I'll look it up.
I don't think LeBron's doing it.
By the way,
Yeah,
Ellie De La Cruz said he was not going to do it, I believe.
I'm out. I'm not doing it.
TJ's not doing it.
you're not. I thought.
He spent that.
I thought
week
you
in
went to Italy. Yeah, I thought that's why. I thought that was kind of.
I took some swings out there. Yeah. I did take a couple swings, but
I will say the Orioles played in Atlanta this weekend, and
The Braves just don't score.
but also I think the balls are juice.
The balls are juice.
Every ball that was a home run went.
I thought the balls were dragging.
No, I think the balls in Atlanta are juice for the All-Star game. Because
the final score in Atlanta was 2-1 yesterday.
No, but the ball that Jackson Holiday hit out should not have gone out. Jordan Westbrook hit a ball 461 feet on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
All the home runs were like over 425 feet on Saturday. I think the ball is going to carry. I think someone might hit a 500-foot home run.
Why, in your opinion, would they juice the ball 2 weeks before the All-Star game in Atlanta?
Well, they probably got a big ship.
Why can't they just ship them in the day of the All-Star game?
Well, balls are hard to transport. You know this.
I don't think they are.
You ever get, like, they can get scrunched up.
I think we could get 200 MLB baseballs sent to us tomorrow.
But could we get that Mississippi mud? Or where's the mud from?
It's not from
the north.
Florida.
It's from north. It's from Pennsylvania.
It's from like a secret river too, right?
Yeah, they won't reveal the location because they don't want anybody else coming.
But it's just a husband and a wife that takes it out there and gets
the
it done.
location is
family.
said to be near Palmyra, New
Okay,
Jersey.
northeast.
You're welcome, everybody.
Lena Black.
Also, they're the only people in the world that supply this mud, and they supply it to a lot of football teams, also college and.
Did they just trick MLB into thinking their mud is great mud?
I don't know.
The craziest thing is apparently one year. Does Rawlings make the balls?
Yeah.
Okay, so Rawlings one year apparently tried to use their own mud, and people were like, "No, it's not right. Get it the fuck out of here."
You ever been to a Major League Baseball game?
Yeah.
Of course you have.
Not in a long time, to be fair.
Maybe you caught
That's not true. I'm going to a couple cups.
maybe you caught a foul ball or a batting practice ball or something, but you've seen one up close.
I caught a Miguel Tejada foul ball when I was a kid. It ran at a Twins game.
That rocks.
In Minnesota, playing for the A's. But yeah, that's the only foul ball I've ever caught.
Those baseballs are so white. How were they previously caked in
So
mud?
I was actually going to say that mine looked pretty muddy.
Yours was muddy.
Yeah,
you got a muddy
it was
ball.
it was like a lighter brown. Yeah. It's something. I mean, I don't
like
know.
a peanut butter skin type of brown.
Yeah. Now you're talking about me and Whitlock are hand in hand. We are simpatico when it comes to loving just big tits and peanut butter skin. Fuck me.
You know what you're capable of.
I mean,
We should buy some of that mud and just rub it all over
fucking
Connor's
love
body like the peanut butter baby. You ever seen the peanut butter baby?
I've never seen the peanut butter baby.
Never seen the peanut butter
Oh,
baby?
God, sorry.
what's the peanut butter baby?
The baby that's you guys
Sounds
don't know
delicious.
the peanut butter. Oh, no.
Ah,
You guys have never
The
seen
peanut butter baby.
Pull that
it
out.
goes like this. Ah,
I feel old.
How do you not know the peanut butter
it's
baby?
like one of the vines. One of the. This should have.
Look at
It's
the
always, it's always a
My
vine.
God. Oh my God.
Does it feel good? Yeah.
I wouldn't do that with baseball mud for Connor.
That's one thing that my dad does that freaks me out.
Covers himself in peanut butter.
No, when my kid,
One of those things.
when my son, who's 2, eats like Cheetos or
Yeah.
something that gets all over his hands, he's been placing my son's entire hand in his mouth and licking the fingers. And me and my wife are like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? You have got to stop this. That is disgusting. My wife's like concerned he's going to give him some weird hand licking fetish. You cannot stick, especially a child's hand. Do you know how gross that is?
Oh boy.
You cannot stick an entire child's hand into your mouth. Which, by the way, I think he's going to come in town this week. So
Your child or your dad?
both.
Okay,
Both.
cool.
So look forward to
Bobby Hebert's gonna be in town.
having the cannon here in the Mostly Sports studio. I told him I'm going to make him do the car wash.
Q Bob's
Try
gonna
to
be
get him
here
on the
too.
yak. Yeah, the family is finally coming back to Chicago this Thursday or Friday.
I don't
So
know.
looking forward to that.
Well, it's time for the Sport Clips game-changing moment of the week. We ready? This segment brought to you by Sport Clips. This summer, the sun's out, and so are the fresh cuts at Sport Clips Haircuts. This is the perfect place to cool off and watch some sports on TV while also getting a precision haircut from stylists who just get it. They've been specially trained to cut men's hair. Take your haircut to the next level when you ask for the MVP haircut experience. It comes with a hot steam towel and a 7 pressure point massaging shampoo that are sure to make you melt into the chair. And for this summer only, you can swap out the classic hot steam towel for a refreshing chilled towel. It's an icy alternative that's the perfect way to defeat the heat. Sport Clips, it's a game changer. T-Bob, your game-changing moment of the week.
I would have 2.
Okay, well, you just need 1.
Well, I'm going to have 2.
Okay. So
first off,
one's sufficient.
Credit to me. We were doing wake surfing at the lake, and in my first ever attempt with my daughter to ride both of us on the board at once,
A tandem,
we got up and we dropped the rope for about 10 seconds. It was fucking incredible.
Sick video.
Many people are saying it may be the greatest video that they've ever seen in their life. And then my second one is, here it is. Now, I cut out the part where she was on her knees for like 30 seconds just getting abused by the wave. And look at this, dude. Look at this. That was actually very fun. Wake surfing, very fun. And then...
Pretty good.
My second one. The Athletic just released their top 100 college football rivalries. And, oh, God, it's got me jonesing for a little bitching and moaning.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to get right to that. My game-changing moment of the week. It's got to be Joey Chestnut, right? Joey Chestnut just comes out of retirement, just walks out, just does it again. Eats 71 hot dogs, I think?
70 and a half.
70 and a half. Excuse me, Connor. Thank you for that very important clarification. Really, really good stuff right there.
That's what it will go down in the record.
Joey Chestnut walking out of retirement, just doing it again. That's game-changing moment of the week. Again, Sport Clips, it is a game changer. All right. So I actually timed this out perfectly. I want to do this at 10:45. It is 10:45.
Bang!
So you and I are here for the summer with each other.
Yep.
You might be joining some college football stuff later on.
That'd be interesting.
I don't even care. Yeah, you're just joining the unnecessary rep. It's fine. But you and I will be joined at the hip with college football coming up very, very soon.
Yes, can't wait. It's my specialty.
Which means every single day we're going to do. Your nuts itch?
No, my dick just got mashed inside of itself, and I'm trying to get it back out. There we go.
So we're going to be doing some college football every day.
Yeah.
And now I brought a topic that I was going to discuss.
Okay.
I like your topic better, the Athletics top 100 college football rivalries. Okay, now, before I haven't seen it.
Yep. And
before I get into it, I would like to address some things that are done in these lists that I disagree with.
And I have the parameters as well. So if you have any questions about how the list was formed, you can just ask me.
So obviously you're going to have your Michigan, Ohio State, your Auburn, Alabama's up there in the top 5. And I got that. Depending on how much the writer wants to suck up to the universe, Army, Navy will be either number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll be way up there.
Came in number 5 in this.
Came in number 5. Okay, well, I like that.
I like that. I think
I don't like when people put it number 1 because those people don't actually watch the game. Those people just want to suck up to. Now, I'm not sitting here and poo-pooing it. It is an amazing spectacle, and it is amazing, and I root for both teams. It's great. However, we're talking college football and college football only. Most people watch the pregame and then just check out because they don't like the style of football.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I come from Mississippi State Ole Miss. The hatred there is rough. So is the writer basing it off how much the teams hate each other or the stakes of the games? Because Ohio State, Michigan have incredible stakes every year. They could learn a lot from just a small high school rivalry in the South about how much they hate each other.
I agree. Okay, so here there were 11 components plugged into the spreadsheet. First was data. What do the numbers say? How many times do they...
11 components, and one of those components is data. I would think all of them would be data.
So I agree, but what they're getting at is how many times they met as ranked opponents. What's the win-loss disparity?
Sure.
Prominence are these high-profile or power conference programs?
Sure.
Relevance, does it matter to the conference championship?
So all of these, Ohio State, Michigan, and Auburn, Alabama, are acing all of this.
Yes. Trajectory, is the series growing or retracting?
Why would that matter?
Is it how relevant? Is
if it's a dead rivalry or
is it dead or not? Because actually, Colorado, Nebraska on this list. Colorado.
Yeah.
We'll get to it. There's some like Oklahoma, Nebraska. I was shocked at how high it got, but it's because I was a bit too young for it. In the 80s, that could have been the number one rival
70s for
in the
sure.
entire
Yeah.
country.
They had the game of the century in 1971.
Again, but they would score badly on the trajectory.
Yeah, because it just doesn't happen.
Yes. Frequency, is it annual? Proximity, geographic location, obviously competitiveness, ebbs and flows at a hammer nail. Like Bedlam is fucking awful. Oklahoma's got like a 74 game advantage in Bedlam.
Yeah.
Like I can't give that rivalry any love. Moments are their games or plays stand out decades later. Intensity is this where both fan bases hate each other. Longevity, how long's it been going on? And history, are they longtime members of the conference? Do they compete for a trophy? Does the game have a nickname? Et cetera, et cetera. Now, after I look at this list,
Why did you say et cetera like that?
I don't know. Because when you write it, it's ETC, right?
Yeah.
So it's not et cetera, it's et cetera, right?
That's not really what I'm referring to.
Oh, what were you referring to?
You put a little sauce on it.
It's like, I think it was like a bit of a, you know how you have like verbal crutches?
Sure.
Like sometimes they say like, to be honest, or in my opinion, where it's like, well, what the fuck else would it be? Mm-hmm. Right?
Pay the players.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's all. Anyway, in my opinion, I think that, I think when you look at this top 10, I think they got a little too married to maybe stuff like ranked matchup. Like, there's no fucking way that Ohio State Penn State should be at 8.
No, there's not.
It's a dumb as shit.
There's a couple of national rivalries that I think are completely overrated. I wouldn't even really consider Ohio State Penn State rivals in the sense of what we think of rivals. But then again, if you're listing 100, you've got to do that. Like Notre Dame USC is looked at as this incredible rivalry that just
Comes in at number 5 here.
Shakes the nation to their. How many people are coming in at number 5?
Sorry, Army Navy's 4.
Okay. I just don't know that Notre Dame USC matters to the nation at large the way people act like it does. All right, so give me number 1. Is it Auburn, Alabama, or Ohio State, Michigan?
Ohio State, Michigan.
Okay, number 2 is Auburn, Alabama?
Yep, nailed it.
So number 3 then would be Florida State, Miami? No.
That's up there.
Not Clemson, South Carolina.
Probably Ithaca, Cortland, if I had to guess.
Princeton, Rutgers.
Is it Ithaca, Cortland, or Princeton?
I don't think Ithaca, Cortland, or Princeton.
Is it West Point, Starkville?
100.
It's the first college.
Is it Brownsburg, Avon?
No.
Fuck Avon.
What is what Oklahoma, Texas?
Yep, nailed it.
Oh, okay.
Triple R, baby.
Okay, all
Is
right.
it the Dakota mile marker next?
Why will we?
Why would we?
Why will we will?
And then 4. You said 4 was Army, Navy. 5 is
USC, Notre Dame.
USC, Notre Dame. I think that one's incredibly
6
overrated.
is Nebraska, Oklahoma. Which again, shout out to the old heads. That's interesting because, like I said, I have no real memory of that. That's one that is
Well, that's dead. I mean, it's over now.
dead and done. But according to the author, he said if this list was made in the 80s, that would have had a very good chance to be number 1.
Yeah, I mean, in the 70s, it was the biggest deal in the world.
And again, not to depress anyone, the 80s are 40 years ago.
We're closer to 2050 than we are to 2000
Yeah.
as of this week.
Yeah.
Can we stop
Sure.
doing this? Whatever this is.
Yeah.
Can we not do the
Time shaming?
Yeah. What,
You know,
can we
we're
not-
closer to Julius Caesar than he was to the pyramids. Think about that.
What? Okay.
I'm using my timeout.
You don't have a timeout.
Yeah, I do. Actually, I have it right here.
He has a timeout.
I get an emergency
He
timeout.
get a timeout.
30 seconds, 60 seconds.
I talked to the people upstairs. People
You
in
want a
charge. Yeah, full timeout, please.
All right.
This timeout's brought to you by NASCAR. Watch live or be there in person for heart-pounding NASCAR action. Tune in or get tickets for nonstop NASCAR action. Get your tickets now and experience heart-pounding NASCAR action live at the track. Tune in live for all racing action, entertainment, and excitement, and watch every moment live on TV and don't miss a second of the action. Catch the action on TV or feel the thrill in person. NASCAR.
How was it?
I went to the NASCAR street race this weekend.
Yeah, dude.
Something that none of you guys got to do because you left the best city in the world. That's why Chicago is the best city in the world. Is you can just go to a NASCAR race whenever you want.
Yep. Every
SVG,
Sunday.
who's been on the show, swept the weekend.
So
He's a beast.
That means he.
Shane Van.
He won the Xfinity.
Gisbergen?
Yeah, he won the Xfinity Series race and he won the Cup Series race on Sunday.
And did he not win the last 2 NASCAR
He
street races?
he
Or
wrecked,
one
I
of them?
believe, in last year's.
But he won the first one.
Yeah, Alex Bowman won last year.
So is
Like
he just
he-
the goat of?
He's pretty much in NASCAR for these road races, right?
Yeah, my understanding is it's actually very strategic. So if you win a race, you're automatically in the playoffs and you get like way more points and money. So the idea, I guess, is the team employs him to simply
Just for the road
just to win like 1 or 2 races, get in the playoff, and then you get a way, way, way bigger payout. And
So
it like almost doesn't matter what he does on oval.
Somebody else drives that nine car?
No, he drives all year.
Oh, okay.
But he's
Yeah.
not good at ovals.
Yeah, he's not good at oval.
What?
It's so funny.
How
How
could
could
you not be good at
so, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. How could you be
What's
so
behind
good
it?
at road
What's the
race?
thing?
I don't know.
Everybody else just sucks at making right.
Well, he like
turns.
grew. He just grew up doing the street courses, and none of the other guys maybe know how to do street courses because they run it only
What's
5
the,
times a year.
Very interesting.
But the setup there is awesome.
well,
Yeah,
I was
that's
gonna say,
fine.
What's a spectator
It's like I think
experience at a road course like?
Huh?
What's a spectator experience at a road course?
So
like?
you
Come by every now and then?
Yeah, where we were, we had the straightaway, so we got them at top speed coming down to the
Hell yeah.
checker flag. I thought it was so you go back and there was a tent. The tent was actually perfect because you go back and I think it's the best TV product of a NASCAR race I've watched because it's a
You weren't
short
watching
race.
them,
It's 165 miles, I believe. So it's like a compact 3-hour race. It's awesome.
Hell yeah.
There's tons of cool turns, like a lot of cool shots of the city, of them
Why
weaving
was
in and out. The
everybody-
onboard cams are very cool.
Why was everybody putting luchador masks on?
Oh, we went to the White Sox fast pitch thing, and one of the guys, he's a family
that wasn't
member.
at the race.
Shout out to the family member that was running the White Sox pitching thing. But yeah, he gave us luchador match, so we gotta get the White Sox Dave one of these.
There's so many words that are just not connected to anything else.
Yeah, I thought
We're
that
at
was
NASCAR,
race.
then we're
That
at
was my
luchador
bad.
mask.
That was
Yeah.
my
White
fault.
Sox.
I thought that was at the. I thought
Yeah,
that was at the
Blutman
race.
Blutman couldn't put it on. It was
No, he really struggled with it.
What? He
Blutman at a NASCAR,
It's like
he
panties.
looked in his element. I'm very surprised that he wasn't overwhelmed by.
I will say Blutman did not spend a lot of the time
He was
looking at the
trying to
cars.
help him.
looking at the cars.
a lot of noise.
Yeah, he doesn't do well with the loud noises, I believe.
Well,
And they're shockingly loud.
Yeah,
I texted
like the
Blu-
best part of a race.
Yeah, you feel it in your chest.
I texted Blutman on July 4th. I said, "Happy 4th of July, Liam Blutman," and he responded back with, "I hate fireworks, Connor Griffin." It's very on brand. Just does not like loud noises at all.
I got him some candy from Italy, so be prepared for some Italian candy reviews on the Liam Blutman social channels.
So, what's number 7?
Miami, Florida State.
That checks
So
out.
yeah. Again,
Keep going. Just
the '90s
Yeah.
justify that, and then Ohio State, Penn State 8. This is my
that's a
least favorite of the top 10.
that's a crazy.
They've
one.
only met 40 times. The justification is 25 of the games they've both been ranked. 12 they've both been ranked in the top 10. The problem is Ohio State wins every one.
Yeah, they. Yeah, I got.
Like,
I got
Connor,
of-
your people constantly
now.
get cucked and embarrassed on the biggest stage.
Well, I hate the fact that this is in the top 10. That should not be.
I don't want to pump your tires up, but I haven't heard the word LSU yet. Okay, and there are two. LSU to me doesn't have like a 120-year rivalry. I know Ole Miss and LSU kind of do a thing. but-
Actually, Mississippi State LSU, number 100 on the list.
Wow. Okay.
The point is, they've damn near played each other 120 times.
But like LSU Alabama over the last 15 years, I think is the number 1 rivalry in the country.
Now,
It's way up there. It is way not the number 1. Number 1 new rivalry is what I mean. LSU Alabama and then LSU Florida when you were playing was gigantic.
So-
LSU Florida have a sneaky rivalry.
That's what I actually have that in my notes here. LSU Florida came in at 64.
Yeah.
It's the all-time series is 34-34 with 3 ties.
That should be like number 15.
So but again, it's like you said, nobody really actually gives a fuck about that game except for LSU and Florida fans.
But weird
like it's
shit.
awesome. Weird shit always happens.
Weird
It's
shit.
Insane.
LSU broke out all the fake punts and the fake field
Yep.
goals in that game.
And in the Urban Meyer year,
then you had a hurricane thing happen.
Yep.
Like,
Rescheduled the game.
there's been a lot of shit happen in that game.
There was the fog game a couple years ago where LSU were 20-point dogs during COVID and won to stop for. It was one of my favorite ever.
I lean heavily towards hatred as a fuel for a rivalry, more so than ranked matchups.
This is why
To me, Clemson, South Carolina is way underranked here. Clemson, South Carolina is a top 5 rivalry in this country. They fucking hate
top
each
5?
other. Yeah, it's way up there. And I think the same of ours. I just used theirs for an example.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I think it's fucking absurd that the Egg Bowl's not in the top 10. They came in at 23.
That's ridiculous.
It started in 1901, 121 meetings between the two, relatively balanced. And again, it is, in my opinion, representative of college football. Like, I'm with you, like putting your thumb on the scale for things like ranked matchups. that doesn't really speak to why we all fucking love college football
Correct.
so much. We love college football because it's a bunch of quirky weirdos and we all get so passionate about our own little corners of the universe. And like, who doesn't fucking, it's not on Thanksgiving anymore though, right?
Oh, it's around there. It's
I know,
day
but,
after.
but
or,
I'm
you know.
just saying, I know everybody thinks about like NFL on Thanksgiving Day, but for me, I always love just feeling fat as fuck. And then at night, like as I'm digesting my food, getting to watch those two square. But it doesn't matter. Like the point is like that rivalry, which has not had a ton of national relevance in terms of who's going to win the SC, who's going to make the championship. It is representative of the quirky, dirty, not the NFL nature of college football that is, I think, the thing that attracts most of us. Because, like, that's, to your point, Brad, that's motivation through hatred and hatred alone. A lot of
Correct.
times you're playing for nothing but hatred.
If Notre Dame and USC are 1-11 when both meet next year, it doesn't matter to anybody.
no, USC
it doesn't
would be
matter
empty.
at all. It will not matter. You might as well not play it. If South Carolina and Clemson are both 1-11, it is still the most important thing in that state.
Yeah.
It is, and I know that's not what we play the game for. We play the game for wins and getting ranked and all that stuff. But if that's all the rivalry has going for it, is just two teams that have been up for so long, that's not enough. I need just pure old-fashioned fucking hatred. I need a guy throwing a hat on signing day and being fucking reviled for it. I need a guy whose recruitment, there were two coaches in his backyard that night, and South Carolina
Jim
spies
Harbaugh's
saw it.
sleeping on the bed.
Yeah, I need shit like that. You don't have that in Notre Dame, USC. Anyway,
Pitt and Penn State coming in at 37. Connor, any thoughts?
Also,
I was a bit
just
surprised.
not a rivalry whatsoever.
what about Pitt and West Virginia?
I was shocked here. Penn State only leads that series 53-43.
Yeah.
I didn't know Pitt had so much.
I mean, in
success.
recent memory, we've
Backyard
dominated
Brawl
it,
comes
but
in at 26.
You guys don't have a real rival, do you?
Our whole mantra,
Unrivaled.
we literally is unrivaled, is what we call ourselves, because
That's a crazy spin
That's
zone.
stupid.
because by the time we got into the Big Ten
Fucking-
in the 90s, obviously Ohio State already had Michigan, so we don't consider Ohio State or Michigan a rival.
Yeah, but look at it like Alabama. Alabama has like 4 rivals.
To be fair, that we actually, I have the numbers on the teams that show up the most on this list. Georgia comes on 7 times. Florida's not top 10. It's 12, which surprised me.
Georgia, Florida, Georgia, Auburn, Georgia, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina, maybe.
Yep, all of them.
Yeah,
All the Georgia games.
Georgia Tech. That's crazy. Georgia Tech is the least.
Georgia Tech's on there as well. LSU gets on this list 6 times, as is Notre Dame. Michigan 5, Penn State 5. So again, LSU doesn't really have a true singular rival. They have many people that we hate, and so it's interesting. You can find yourself on here a lot.
Ranking-
This is a great website. I'm gonna dick around on here.
Ranking 100 is crazy. You should rank like 25. I think.
They got Richmond, William, and Mary on here.
They had a fucking Williams.
Lafayette, Lehigh should be probably higher, honestly, than a lot of the secondaries.
That's
like the oldest
North
one.
Carolina guy.
Rutgers. Pretty.
I think Iowa, Nebraska has a lot of upward potential as a rivalry. I think they're starting to hate each other. Which, if you're next door to Iowa, you will hate them because they're fucking douchebags.
Where's the Dakota marker on here? Is it on here?
North Dakota, South Dakota.
Yeah.
Well,
That's it.
Blutman should be in here
There we go.
momentarily. So
That should be way higher. That's literally the best FCS football that exists.
Arizona State.
Montana
was
State
Kansas,
is-
Missouri on there?
Okay,
Is
so
UC
that is
still
that's funny because I took that out of the list as well. That jumped off the page to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't think about that, but they've had a.
They hate each other.
They hate it. So it's at 19. Kansas, Mizzou's at
Okay.
19.
I respect hate way more than wins and losses.
How about this? In 111,
That should be way higher, but
in
it's pretty
111 games, Mizzou leads 56-55.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, near a coin flip in that series all time.
Ohio State, Illinois.
Connor, what's your favorite Southern Grambling game?
My favorite Southern Grambling?
Yeah.
Probably last year's, honestly. Or you know what? The next one.
You know, the thing about Southern Grambling is it's the only rivalry where it's actually just
About the
the
bands?
halftime show. Yeah, it's not actually about the football. It's literally about. And look, they just put the whole MAC on there.
Yeah, that's
at 94.
Whole MAC rivalries. We did the MAC. There's like 19 rivalry games.
yeah. There were like
all
a
that.
billion trophies.
Which leads us to the next topic, boys.
Richmond, William.
We are
Gen Z gets too many trophies. Let's talk about it, Brandon.
58 minutes away from the release of College Football 26 to the masses.
Yeah.
Now, it actually goes out to the masses in 3 days, but I assume everybody's buying the deluxe edition so they can play it early, which is what I did. So I'll be playing it this afternoon. You got it ready to go?
I do not have it ready to go. My wife took my PS5 with my kids on this sojourn that they're on. But I think I can talk about this now. I will be locked in here with Tate tomorrow night as we are not allowed to leave until we win a national championship after starting at Kent State. And I'm not good at the game. Now I played in a franchise. I played in an online dynasty with like 15 people's last year or whatever. So I played a lot, but I'm not very good. I don't know if we're going to be able to leave the office. We did the AAC, and I started at Navy, and I went 1-11 and got fired. And then I said, fuck Navy, and I switched to Air Force, and I moved them into the AAC. Yeah.
You hold on. You went to Navy.
Yeah.
Were so bad that you got fired.
Yeah.
Yet you still somehow had the stroke to go to Air Force and get them into the A's.
My brother's the commissioner of the dynasty.
I think sports writers, somebody's got to call into question the ethics involved here, where you're just moving conferences because your brother is the commissioner.
Yeah, I sank the naval program,
Right.
Recruited horribly.
Went to a rival.
The dumbest part was all of my rage was focused on Horvath because he was so bad in the game, and then he went on to have like the greatest college football season that we've ever seen.
Can I say a take right here, right now? Army, Navy get all the love.
Yeah.
I wish Air Force was as good year in, year out as they are, because Air Force is objectively cooler.
Yeah.
Better colors, better helmets, better
love
everything.
The unis.
Better location. Like everything about Air Force is supreme, and I think is better than Army, Navy, but Army, Navy have better football programs.
But that's kind of reflects real life history in a lot of ways, where Air Force are the new guys on the block, the darlings, and Army Navy are kind of your old austere, like, fuck these kids. But really, Air Force was powerful. You ever seen the Air Force Church in Coronado Springs?
No.
One of the most wildly...
Did you try to say Colorado Springs and you just
Coronado.
missed? What's Coronado Springs?
Is that not what it is? Is that not where
it's Colorado Springs.
Oh, what?
What did you think?
I've been calling it Coronado Springs this entire time.
What is he doing?
I thought it was Coronado Springs, Colorado.
Is he doing a bit?
No, I thought it was Coronado Springs, Colorado.
Did you think the whole state was called Coronado?
No.
Coronado Springs is a Disney
resort
thing.
Oh, that's okay. I'm a fucking huge Disney nerd. So
that doesn't give you an excuse.
No, that's a pass. That's a pass.
How's that a pass?
Yeah, it's like a Freudian slip.
It's on the brain. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the brain. It's lodged somewhere. Anyway, the church.
Yeah.
That is on the Air Force military campus is one of the wildest looking churches you will ever see, and all of its architecture was
I'd
about
like to see that.
representing. Look it up. Was about like representing. The Air Force is new and it's flashy and fuck tradition. We're gonna we're the look at this thing, dude.
Oh, that thing is something.
Look at this fucking thing. That's a church. That's what I'm saying.
Rocks.
That's awesome.
Is that a church or is that where like fucking
Something.
Sauron lives?
Yeah.
But kind of like a nicer Sauron.
It looks like
It's like Minas Tirith mixed with.
It looks like a very contemporary dish of some sort. Like you go to a restaurant.
Contemporary is the perfect word because
Yeah.
that's why they built it that way, was to be like, yes, we're rejecting notions of the past. We are the Air Force. We are technology. Fuck you, Army, Navy.
I'd like to kill a giant. I'd like to drop him on that.
Yeah, that's actually perfect. If you could trip him up,
It looks like
stabbed all in his stuff.
a beard trimmer.
Yeah.
Like now that's
guard.
making it a little less cool.
Yeah.
I don't love it after you said. I don't like.
Well, it does.
It does, which is why I wish you hadn't pointed it out.
Okay, sorry.
Are you sure the giant wouldn't just love scratching his back on that thing? That thing's look like it.
How big's the giant?
Jolly. It's the
Well, yeah,
Jolly Green?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he would.
I don't think he
You
itches.
can't scratch your back laying on something. If he would place the church on his side, then
He could probably, if he's a giant though, he's probably strong enough to pick it up.
maybe. But then it'll probably fall apart. Maybe he's so big that he just picks it up and he attaches it
look
to
at
a
that.
giant razor.
Look
like
at
you said, a giant body.
Is that AI or does it really look like that around that church?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question.
That has to be that's the most idyllic looking location I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's straight out of a fantasy novel.
That might be a rendering, right?
It's a cool
gotta
ass
be a
church,
rendering.
dude.
Anytime you look at it from this point of view, everything looks less cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh wait, by the way, speaking of Disney,
Yeah.
rest in peace, Tom Sawyer of Adventure Island. Yesterday they closed down Adventureland, the Liberty Bell steamboat that you could ride Tom Sawyer's Adventure. They closed it all down to literally pave paradise and put up a parking lot as they are making it into Cars Land.
Cars Land sounds awesome.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
Have you ever been to Tom Sawyer's Adventure Island?
Of course I haven't.
Oh. Well, it harkens back to, I think, a design ethos that is lost on modern-day theme parks, where all it was you rode a boat to an island, and then it was go. There were no lines. There were no rides. It was just a full island to explore, complete with forts and secret caves and Old Scratch's Mystery Mine and Harper's Mill. Again, and I think it's actually the last attraction that was completely designed by Walt himself. So,
Counterpoint. Ka-chow.
Yeah.
Ka-chow.
Counterpoint. Life is a highway.
I do love. I mean,
I won't ride it.
I think that was one of my top 5 most listened to songs last year since my son went through a big Cars.
Can I say something? We're on the trust tree here, right?
Yeah.
You know, Mark does a bit on this show, or y'all did a bit. Somebody did a bit where y'all sing the song sipping on chili whatever on chili dog outside the Tasty Freeze, and then he would just do that line over and over and over. I discovered this week that my son Thomas sings "Life is a Highway" like that. He will go, "Life is a highway. Life is a highway, life is a," and he just keeps going, and that's the only line he knows to the whole song. And we're riding. I rented a convertible down there on the beach.
Yeah. Whoa.
I had a Mustang convertible. Boy, I felt like
son.
a midlife crisis was hitting this week. And I was rolling, and I had "Life is a Highway," and the was going through the hair, and Tommy's just over there. "Life is a highway, life is a highway," and I was like, "Tommy, learn the rest of the words."
Nah, man.
Yeah.
No. Because learning the words sometimes becomes almost nerdy because you have to commit to it. Like, you're doing it as a performative exercise. Tommy's love of "Life is a Highway" is so pure that he doesn't even need to know the words because he just wants to live in that song and enjoy it when he hears it.
More college football. So I wrote this down, and then I'll circle back to it maybe tomorrow or something. But I need to clarify something from earlier. Mm-hmm. We had a discussion a couple weeks ago.
Jay Johnson's the best national base. Oh, you said football.
Well, obviously, 2 national titles in 3 years kind of answers that argument for himself. So we don't even have to have that argument, even though your dumbass fan base wants to. You guys, you won the argument. That's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe temporarily, maybe forever. Who knows? Yeah. We'll see what the future holds. But right now, you definitely have the lead. Anyway,
you, Big T.
Can I clarify something from earlier? I said a thing on this show, and then the Barstool social media guys got a hold of it, and they put it out with the caption, "Brandon Walker thinks the SEC will be bad this year."
Yeah,
that's not what I said.
I felt like that was misrepresenting the take as well.
It's not what I said. What I said was, I don't think the SEC has the elite level team this year. I think the SEC is down at the top this year.
Yes, they don't have the 800-pound gorilla.
Correct. I don't think it has an elite Alabama or an elite Texas or an elite Georgia this year. I think Georgia's a step away from their peak from years ago. Alabama's definitely a few steps away from their peak. Texas could be pretty good, but they got to replace a lot. And then LSU is the one team that I think has an elite potential, but I don't trust the coach.
It's Brian Kelly.
So I don't think you have the surefire elite. They show up to the playoff, they're just knocking the fuck out of everybody. Like when Georgia got to the playoff against TCU, it was just a matter of time.
So out of those teams, then
I think the SEC's a race to the middle this year. I think you have probably 10 to 12 teams that can win 8 or 9 games, but I don't know who's separating themselves to go 11-1 or 12-0. I don't think it can be done this year.
I kind of have the feeling, because I'm with you on Texas. That seems to be everybody's kind of favorite pick to answer that question, but I think there are more question marks. They're replacing more than we kind of give credit for, because it's not just losing Quinn Ewers after multiple years starting, then having a guy in Arch Manning that hasn't started before. But I mean, it's all your top receivers. It's a lot of your.
It's 4 of your offensive linemen.
And I know they replace talent with talent, but still, your first year starting's your first year starting.
I just think they're on a beautiful ascension path. I think they're on a very similar to Michigan. Like a couple of years ago, they made the playoff for the first time.
Yeah.
Then last year they made the playoff and then won and then they got to the Final Four. And this year I think if you ask me, can Arch Manning be the best quarterback in the country? I don't know if I can answer that question with a yes, but can Arch Manning be as good as Quinn Ewers was at Texas? I think the answer is absolutely yeah.
Yeah,
no problem.
I think he'll end up being better.
Yeah, right. So it
maybe not this season.
A lot of times it is like I look at Alabama, I say I don't think they can be as good as because they don't have a quarterback. I just don't believe Ty Simpson can be that guy. I know Arch Manning can be that guy. Does he do it this year? Does he do it the next year?
To me, Georgia's kind of the answer. It has the feel of, and it's a lazy answer by me because I haven't dove deep into the roster. It's not really, my analysis is it's post Carson Beck. I think he became almost a bit of a toxic drag on that team.
Fair enough.
This last season. I mean, it was wild when he left how Kirby Smart was actively like, the boys just play harder for Gunner. Like you could tell that he was not well liked on that team. So post Beck, Gunner has the team on his side. You know Kirby's going to have the defense fucking incredible regardless of who it is, what they're replacing. So like I'm leaning Georgia just because, as you said, with no great challenger to the throne, the most consistent power I feel will be the one that's going to rise. And right now, that's without a doubt Georgia.
My questions would be, where is Brock Bowers? Where's George Pickens? These elite playmakers they had during the run are not there anymore. They have taken a step down at receiver, a step down at tight end, a step down at running back. When's the last time our Georgia running back just scared the shit out of you? It hasn't really happened in a while. So I just don't know. Defensive talent is going to be what the defensive talent in Georgia always is. They just recycle guys, and it's going to be great. But I don't see the offensive difference maker right there, and certainly I don't get scared of Gunner at quarterback. So I just – plus, we're 4 or 5 years into transfer portal and NIL, and it is even the playing field for teams that are paying all over the country.
Yeah.
And the way Kirby built those 2 rosters he won national titles with were way better than anybody else's roster. This roster isn't way better than anybody else's roster. This now determines they get in close games. They got to lean on him to coach them through. And I don't know. I think he's elite at stacking the team. And again, those 2 national title teams were fucking great. But he doesn't have the roster advantage he had 3 years ago.
No, and look, for whatever it was worth, Stetson was just a massive
gamer.
Game player, and Monken.
And Pickens and
for sure.
Brock Bowers.
But the Monken to Bobo switch, again, I do not think can be overstated. I know that Georgia fans get triggered just hearing the name Mike Bobo, but we will
which makes me question Alabama because their offensive coordinator this year
they brought Grubb back.
They got Grubb.
They got Grubb back.
They got Grubb. I like
because Grubb and DeBoer. I think that was actually one of the things Kalen DeBoer was missing last year.
Because he went to Seattle, right?
Yeah, they're like boys. Like they've been every stop together. He's taken multiple pay cuts to pay Grubb more in the past.
Who's Shula going to be the offensive coordinator for this year? Shula took a job as offensive coordinator for a big time program.
Which Shula are we talking? Mike's still around.
Somebody, yeah.
I don't think I knew Mike Shula was still around. What you would know?
Gamecock.
There it is.
Oh wow!
So they're giving Lenore Sellers to a 60-year-old retread.
That seems fucking crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
The problem with South Carolina is that defense.
What? Hold on. What happened over there?
Nothing.
Well, why is Connor laughing and why did TJ go, huh?
Oh, I don't know. Connor, explain the joke if you want to explain.
No, I'm not going to
I'm
explain
not going to
it.
explain the joke.
Well, we need the joke explained.
You had to be there for it.
We were here.
It was like one of the, like you had to be there. You had to be there. Did you eat your Phil Steele?
He
had it. Did you see
the Phil Steele? That was crazy.
That was bad. But
I'm a pick 6 previews guy.
When does previews come in? I haven't got any. Wasn't it the 11th? I might have a digital copy waiting in my inbox. Actually,
so
we got.
Are y'all talking about the player?
Yeah.
Was that photoshopped or was that?
Oh, it's real. I had a physical copy of Phil Steele on Wednesday, and I was like, I have to see if we got ball sacked, but it was real.
Phil Steele. There was a spelling error of an Eastern Michigan linebacker for the podcast listeners, and unfortunate spelling.
Oh, it's Noah. Yep, it's Noah.
Phil Steele, you got it.
That's like the one you have to get right.
You gotta double check that.
I mean, that's out of all of the names, there's thousands upon thousands of names in that book, and that's probably one of 10 that you actually need to put your thumb on the scale for to make sure you have correct.
You picked JMU to finish first in the Sun Belt, by the way. So.
Lutman?
Hi, Brandon. Good to see you again.
All right. Thoughts about the what was it? The
Athletics top 100.
the
college
Dakota
rivalries.
the battle for Dakota being like the number.
Oh wait, hold on.
90
I got.
rival?
Wait, let me. hold on, let me
90?
control
Or what?
that.
I might have just said
No. Hold on.
50, 60.
No, 39.
39.
North Dakota State, South Dakota State. 39 in the Athletics top 100.
39 is respectable. I don't expect much like non-power love from the Athletic or any other major outlet. So 39 is respectful. I would probably have it higher in top 25. The battle for the Dakota marker is as electric as it gets. No,
What's the number one FCS rivalry? Is that it?
That.
that and Brawl of the Wild,
What's that?
Montana State.
The Montana ones are pretty good.
Don't just say yeah.
Montana-
Don't just
Montana
repeat what
State.
he's
But what
saying.
about-
That
We had a good. Well, they put Richmond, William and Mary on there. No one gives a fuck about Richmond, William and Mary. That's a fake fuck.
What about
Wofford Furman?
Northwestern State, Sam Houston State? They
We don't. That's like basically Division 7. the South. What's going on in the
They
South
play for
line.
Chief Cotto.
what?
It's a giant wooden Native American. It's the heaviest trophy in college football.
Hey, hey
pretty
Connor.
good, yeah.
You like Chief Cotto?
Fucking love Chief God.
Wait, pull a picture of Chief Cotto.
Chief Cotto.
I think it's CADDO, perhaps.
How offensive is this going to be?
I mean, it's just it's a wooden statue of a Native American chieftain.
330 pounds.
330 pounds. There you go.
How do you?
That's dumb. It's a man.
I mean, it's a big ass fucking trophy. I've seen it in real life.
So that wasn't in the
Who
top
plays for
100?
that?
No, I mean it's
Same Houston State, Northwestern State, dude.
Yeah. It's not a.
Who was she?
No, it's Stephen F. Austin.
Or Stephen F. Sorry,
Stephen F.
excuse me,
Austin.
that's on me. Steve,
What'd I say?
I fucked that up.
Okay,
I said
all right.
Sam.
They're the same school.
Did they lift it?
To be honest, I mean, look,
Yeah, they're both pretty much
Northwestern State is not nearly good enough for it to be like a rivalry that actually matters. I just like the fun fact about
I
Cotto being so big.
don't know that I'll ever respect a school that's just named for a dude. Stephen F. Austin, nothing.
So
Sam
how do you
Houston,
feel?
nothing.
So how do you feel about
James Madison, nothing.
North Texas being named after
James Madison gave you the right to
its
say that.
mascot?
Hold on. What James Madison did?
James-
It was just one. He didn't.
Yeah, he did.
He's actually the father of
He's literally the father of the
America.
Constitution.
Like he's the one that.
They just let him write it because he was the only one with a good pen.
Oh, he
There's no-
He also copied. He did copy. We've talked about on the show. He did copy a lot of George Mason's work in the Virginia Bill of Rights, and then
But James, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but
Thomas
Madison
Jefferson.
was like one of the keys because you have the Revolutionary War, it ends, but you don't then have America. Like the Federalist Papers, like it was like over a decade later in which they finally actually came together, made the Constitution, made the government, and that was Madison. That was him behind the scenes, right?
Well, so was that just a crazy 10 years of partying or something? We went
Yeah.
to war. We'll get around to it.
just
What did they call it? Fuck, I can't remember off the top of my head.
the roaring 70s.
It was
Drunk
it
every
was-
night?
It was about to it was all at risk of falling apart, and Madison and the boys had to convince George to come back out of retirement and be like, "Hey, bro, you got to be president for a bit."
Summer of 1887.
I really hope that's how they said it.
1787.
Hey, bro,
Bro,
you
George,
gotta come through.
Dude, come on, bro.
Just like Nick Saban sitting in his living room, just
Yeah.
being like,
we in trouble. Nobody wants to listen to shit. Everybody's fucking arguing.
Blutman,
Yep.
give me a less than 30-second Wimbledon recap. Go.
Upsets everywhere. It was like Minesweeper the first few rounds because if you weren't careful, that you were going to touch a bomb and blow up. 2, 3, 4, and 5 out of the women's draw really early. Alcaraz playing with his food a little, still great. Novak, big win today he lost first set 6-1. Comes back, wins it, no big deal. Yannick Sinner, Alcaraz probably on a collision course. Americans showing strong.
Shelton still in it?
Shelton's playing right now, up a break in the third set. Fritz will play his quarter tomorrow. Emma Navarro playing women's tennis right now. Amanda Anisimova playing her quarter tomorrow.
So,
Sabalenka rolling. I watched.
Sabalenka's frightening. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
like minus 165.
Ben Shelton's with Trinity Rodman.
You see her,
Yep.
her staring at him? That clip that went this clip?
Wait, is that
Oh,
Yeah.
that's Dennis Rodman? Rodman?
Yeah.
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 I believe they do not have a great relationship.
Can I say something
right?
about that of her staring? Everybody in that entire picture is staring at him.
Can I also say
his
something?
sister is
sister's
Look at the guy.
Can I say something? I'm fucking staring at him. That dude is like 6'4", like
Yeah, 6'4".
look
Ben
how
Shelton's
jacked
a
he is,
shredded.
dude.
He's a hunk.
He fucking serves it like 140.
Yeah,
Or,
146 he hit today. He hit me in the head with a foam football.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Good guy.
Hell yeah, dude.
Good guy.
Close personal friend.
Friend of the program.
I
like-
wouldn't say close personal friend, but he calls me Blutman.
All right, national. that's your name.
Call me Blutman.
National Basketball Association. Okay.
You want to do an ad first?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
know
just
that I
thinking. So
can.
earlier, I was looking at Brandon's shirt, and I was talking about, I need to expand my closet. That's like, oh my god, I should do Viore. Viore, I've heard it's incredibly.
I got the Viore
versatile.
pants on right now.
It's very comfortable. It's perfect for whatever your day brings. It's designed to look great beyond the gym, whether you're running errands, you're headed to the office, you're meeting with friends. They're core short, soft, lightweight, 4-way performance stretch, okay? So it moves with you, no restrictions. It's also available in 3 different inseam options, a perfect fit for every preference. Ebo, what would you say you like about Viore?
I said again, foundational pieces head to toe.
There you go. Viore is an investment in your happiness. For our listeners, they are now offering 20% off your first purchase, guys. So get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet at Viore.com/mostly. That's VUORI.com/mostly. Exclusions apply. Visit the website. Full terms and conditions. Not only receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping anywhere in the U.S. on orders over $75 and free returns. Go to Viore.com/mostly and discover the versatility of Viore clothing. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Shout out Viore.
The National Basketball Association. We've had a lot of player movement, a lot of free agent moves, a lot of little stuff. But one thing that happened during the week that we need to talk about: the Knicks made the Eastern Conference Finals, and they said, "Not good enough, Thibodeau. Not good enough. You got to get out of here, Tibbs. Get him out." And they got him out, and they went to trying to hire some people, and everybody said no. Got to the point where we were talking about Dawn Staley to the Knicks, and didn't happen. But they have hired Mike Brown. And I think Mike Brown, the best thing I can say about him, he is the most available coach in NBA history. He is always there for somebody to hire. How do you go from Eastern Conference Finals, setting your sights so high with, and then you fire Tibbs, and you end up with Mike Brown? Question mark.
Because hubris is a hell of a thing.
Yeah.
Like you heard Connor sucking his own dick with the unrivaled stuff
That's
earlier.
all he ever does, yeah.
This is Dolan entering this offseason being like, we can get whoever the fuck we want. Like, we're the Knicks. Like, and then asking every good team, being like, hey, let me talk to your coach. And, of course, everyone's like, shut the, what? No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. And then you end up with Mike Brown, which, as you said, you always end up with Mike Brown.
You always end up with Mike Brown.
Yeah.
Mike Brown is going to coach every team and every franchise at some point.
I wouldn't
he's fine.
be surprised. He could probably coach 2 in one season.
Yeah.
Have him coach them simultaneously. He had a good run recently. Was it with Sacramento? Where was Mike Brown
I
recently?
believe the Kings.
Yeah, right? Yeah. And they got rid of him.
That was a good
Kind of
correction from Sacramento there, Ebo.
Yeah, that was kind of
Sacktown?
First playoff appearance since 2006.
So then they do the same dumb shit, though, and they get rid of Mike Brown, right? Yeah. Now they've fallen back apart. So maybe,
but
I don't know.
But there's no job security in the NBA unless you're an all-NBA player, and we saw Luka. That might not even be true anymore. Like the way the CBA the way they talk about the second apron, it's a demon monster that lives under your bed is gonna eat all your children.
I think the path to job
It's
security,
just a hard cap.
Oh,
the path to job security as an NBA coach is just be best friends with your star player.
yes, yeah.
Like if you're Doc Rivers, you need to be like hanging out with Giannis as much as you can, take him bowling, take him putt-putting, do whatever you can to where if they start to fire and Giannis says no, don't fire him.
The problem is those NBA superstars are they're such fickle mistresses.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I mean, you can be doing everything for them, cooking, cleaning, sucking, and then all it takes is
the big three.
They just get a little displeased, and your ass is out the window.
Cooking, cleaning, and sucking.
Cooking, cleaning, sucking. That's what I do.
That's all you really ask.
Yeah, that's all you can ask.
That's all you can ask.
Also, Mike Brown, head coach of the Nigerian men's basketball team that beat the U.S. in 2020 in an exhibition game.
Wow.
Shout out Tony Skin.
Is that that just proves
Just
the
don't know
ultimate,
if
that proves the ultimate availability of Mike Brown. he even was the Nigerian head men's basketball coach back there in COVID.
Now I do the next topic here with a little bit of trepidation because it needs to be talked about. but I fear at 11:27 we might need 23 minutes to talk about it. I'm just going to throw it out there. The internet is currently debating Cam Newton versus Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
The internet is all aflutter with, would you rather have Cam Newton? Would you rather have Jalen Hurts? Yada, yada, yada. You said it very well this morning before the show. You said
I think that look,
you want Cam Newton's ability and Jalen Hurts intangible.
yes, physical ability. I think Cam Newton is the best player I've ever seen play football from just pure physical ability. But if you were just comparing the two, physical ability Cam, but yeah, Jalen Hurts intangibles are just, I mean, that's his greatest. Like it may be the best intangibles in the entire NFL.
Jalen Hurts is not an elite quarterback who is absolutely elite when the time comes. When he needs to be, he does it. And that's all you really need in this world, right? You need a guy who's going to show up and be good in the biggest games.
Well, it also
Cam Newton's going to play very well individually a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean his shelf life was minuscule.
Well, also the ref should have protected Newton more. But like he would get fucked up.
He got busted up
because he was just too big.
Yeah.
He was too big, and so they like felt bad. They would never give him calls.
He like never got rough.
But like the difference is, the thing that's always going to hunt Newton is not diving on that ball in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And like that's the intangible.
Jalen Hurts would have dove through the earth for that ball.
Yes, exactly. And so that's the intangible difference right there. And to your point, Hurts' willingness to not let ego demand that he have these dominant statistical games all the time, it really does reinforce the point that he is all about winning.
Yeah.
About winning over everything. Which is why, I mean, I got no problem. If you want to say, like Randy Moss was tweeting, top 5 quarterbacks in the league, and I can't remember who the 4 were, but he was like, who's the 5th? And I mean,
so it was, I believe it was Mahomes, Jackson, Burrow, and Allen.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. That's
those were the big 4, and then who's number 5? And I molded around it. You know, Jalen Hurts certainly has a case for it. I think Justin Herbert might have a case.
Herbert's got to do he's got to do something.
He's got to earn it.
Yes.
He's been given it more than he's earned it. I think it is a fascinating question because I think you could probably have 10 to 15 guys that eventually you could see them grabbing that 5th spot.
It's like Tyler Shuck next year for sure.
Shador.
Gonna be
or Spencer Rattler.
Shador.
Yeah, or Spencer Rattler. Tyler Shuck or Spencer Rattler. Best quarterback competition.
What are they doing?
Bro,
They're just gambling.
It's
gambling on what? For a gamble, you have to have some way to win. What does a win look like for them?
No, 20. You need 23 minutes. I need.
They're in a win-win.
Days.
The Saints are in a win-win.
How?
You either
I think they're in a lose-lose.
Oh, I think they're in a lose-win that can result in a win-win.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
They're either going to snipe a guy on a rookie contract like Tyler Shuck, and he's going to turn out to be like all right, and you can go all in next year. Or you guys, they're basically built to suck ass.
Yeah.
And then you can get Arch and you can try it again.
And then you try like one next.
Or not even ours.
There's a million quarterbacks. Yeah, there's a million quarterbacks.
No, but if the Saints have the opportunity at 1, okay, this might be a good discussion for tomorrow.
To take Arch.
Who would the fan base want more, Arch or the LSU quarterback?
Oh wow.
I mean, again,
I'd have to say Arch.
I'd still say Arch because of what Arch's dad. Which did you see the? Well, no, we can get into that tomorrow.
What was it?
There's an Ole Miss
no, I didn't see it.
Conspiracy caller that involves Arch Manning and the New Orleans Mafia and Vegas and all kinds of bullshit. That he's obviously, I think mentally unwell. The caller is, but it is kind of fun, nonetheless.
Mm-hmm. All right, good show. Good first show back.
Hold on. We can't get out of here quite yet. So a lot of the boys were at Oasis over the weekend. I saw, right?
Oh yes,
seems pretty awesome. Got to be kind of hard to get those tickets. What do y'all think? But Oasis is coming here to Chicago.
Are they?
Yeah. So if you want a chance to get tickets, what better way to do it, or to anything, than with Game Time. GameTime.co. Remember, there's nothing like getting to a baseball game, especially last minute. Lucky for us, we always use Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Game Time makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the app actually go down the closer it gets to showtime. They even get exclusive zone deals. You let them choose your seats within a given set of zones, and you get huge savings in return. You can then put those savings back into your pocket and spend the ballpark on a hot dog, a new hat, some good old-fashioned Cracker Jack, and then you, too, can boo Alex Cooper. If you're in Chicago, you get 10% off zone deals for the Cubs at home on Sunday, July 20th versus the Red Sox. That's a great deal. Just look for zones 29 through 32 on the Game Time app. Take the S-word out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code MOSTLY for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code MOSTLY for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game time.
Game time.
Real quick, Connor. I know I see something on your lips that you need to say. What? Wait a minute. What is? Okay, I'll get to you in a second. TJ, never show Blutman solo cam during the ad again. He was just sitting there. What was he even doing?
I was looking.
He was on the Game Time app. He was on the Game Time app.
I did eyebrows. And I did thumbs up. I looked over.
Connor,
I saw the Hank tweet, which was funny.
I see your face is pursed as if to say something. You also have a sack in your lap.
Have a Switch?
No.
for the Switch
I have
sack.
gifts from Mexico. We could do it tomorrow, though, if you want.
No, let's-
Well, obviously, we're going to do gifts now.
All right. Speaking of Blutman, I have Blutman's worst nightmare. I have Lubador masks for everybody. Luchador masks.
Luchador?
Sorry, I missed.
Freudian slip there?
I misspoke. Luchador masks for everybody.
You put on a Lubador mask.
All right, so who
I got.
did you pick these with anyone in mind when you saw them?
No, but I just picked the coolest ones. We could pass them around, but I got one for each of you. Blutman, I don't know if you want one.
Well, who's or whose?
Well, yeah, well, you got to pick.
We could figure it out, but
No, you figure it out.
I think it's impossible.
this one is very special. This is the Blue Demon.
Whoa.
I think.
Well, I guess Blue Demon.
I kind of want to be Blue Demon.
Take it.
Hell yeah. Fuck yes. It's impossible to be my age and not just think about Rey Mysterio Jr.
Sure.
But yeah, I got one for
Yes.
each of you. So you want this one?
You want?
Oh shit, that Christmas one actually looks pretty good.
Well, you can't have them all.
Yeah.
No.
So anyway,
I love
we'll pass them out.
Give me green and yellow.
Is this
That looks like Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Nacho? I forget what did Nacho Libre wear. I don't know. But anyway,
A cape.
Get that corn out of my face.
yeah, they're sick. But this is from a vendor right outside of the.
Let me see. Yeah. Oh fuck yeah, dude. God. I want to attack someone.
You just want to wear these the whole show tomorrow
Yeah, absolutely.
with no explanation? Just
Sí.
good gifts, Connor.
Dude, these
Muy
were
bueno.
everywhere.
Muy
¿Tú
bueno,
hablas
carnal.
español? ¿Tú hablas español?
Does Blutman not get one? I don't know what you're saying, Evo.
Well, Blutman. So TJ, you brought.
He still doesn't know how to wear it?
I thought yesterday's was a Survivor.
Try
Buff
this one on.
style
Try that one
thing.
on.
I could get redemption.
Blutman, yeah,
I like
get redemption, but I have candy for you, Blutman.
There's one way to put it on, Blutman.
The red mohawk works very well there.
Oh. You're like El Generico.
No way. He's the cock of the walk. The rooster. El Roostario. Hell yeah. dude.
Adios.
The only problem is
Redemption.
I think Blut's dislike of human contact is going to limit his wrestling career.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big hurdle to overcome.
I think Mark Blutman is watching right now and just dreaming of the kid he could have had.
Yeah, it's probably valid.
Mark Blutman responded to my tweet yesterday.
I'll be goddamn.
Lucha
Muy
Libre.
deportes.
You stop.
ESPN did that.
What else we got?
That was it.
You just brought masks and candy for one person? You were in a whole nother country.
I brought them for the crew. I wanted everybody to have a Lucha Libre.
Where's the candy?
I actually love my.
Oh, the candy was just for Blutman.
I also brought Blutman candy.
Blutman's the candy guy.
I didn't bring Blutman candy.
Blutman's the foreign candy guy. He likes trying out new candies from different countries.
I was going to say, what a job by Blut positioning himself as the candy guy.
Smart.
Heady play.
Let's go, dude.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow to talk more other stuff, I guess. Good first day, boys.
Watch in Spanish using the SAP button on your remote tomorrow.
That's our show.
That's how ball is done. Muy bien. Gracias.
Grazie mille.
Family, 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 family.